Hello everyone and welcome back to the brand new episode of The Degree of Footy, which aired last week, but this time we are actually joined by Murray. You've actually finally shown up for once.
I know. I had my priorities last week watching the Reading game. Turned up in my Reading top today, boys. I hope you like to see it. But I'm glad to be back. Feeling the pressure. You boys did a good job last week, but glad to be here.
Henry, how are you?
I'm not bad, mate. I'm not bad. How about yourself? How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. Although my Liverpool top's in the wash, so I'm letting the team down here, not in the kit. But yeah, it's good to be back again. And have Murray with us this time.
Yeah, the main component is back, boys.
Yeah. Let's not go that far.
Well, we're all here, which is good to see.
Yes, exactly. That's the main thing. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about Derby County getting promoted, Leicester winning the championship, plus a lot more. But let's start with Derby County promotion. Finally, they have sealed it back up to the championship, where they belong. What do we think? Do we think they can push for the Premier League next season, or are they in this league they belong?
I think they're quite clearly a championship club. I mean, let's be honest, getting 28,000 fans in League One is very impressive. So I think they are a championship club. But I'll be honest, as a Derby fan, I wouldn't be confident heading into the new season. Their team's very old. A lot of people, their contracts run out. But talking about this season, Paul Warne, what a job he's done to get him back into the championship.
100%, yeah. I mean, I can't see them going straight up to the Prem like Ipswich have done. Because like you said, they've got an aging squad. I'm sure they'll put some investment into the team. They do need it, but I think it could be a case of if they don't get relegated back into League One next season, that would be a success.
Well, I was actually there. I was not at the game, but I went and interviewed the fans pre-match. And a lot of them were saying, there's one guy, they were pissed out their mind.
Is this before the game?
This is before the game. And we interviewed two guys, and one of them had a Stella in his hand, and the other one was there, and he went, Paul Warne is a king! But the fans are very they liked Paul Warne, but some of them aren't convinced that he can do the job. But they need investment, they've all said. Investment. I asked the question 5 or 6 times, and they all went, yeah, we need investment. So I think they have got a lot of players, and what's more, Derby County actually showed up into my work that night they'd been promoted, which was surreal.
Bit of a weird experience, was it?
Yeah.
It was a really weird experience. Craig Forsyth tried to pour himself a pint.
What, did he ask? Or did he
No.
behind the bar?
Nobody was looking, and he got the bar top and just started tilting it. And I saw him doing it, and I just looked at him. I'll be honest, I was a bit I didn't really, he's having a bit of fun. He's drunk or whatever. Yeah. And I looked at him and I was laughing, and he saw me looking, and I went, Craig, it's all right, but the barrel's gone. So he was just literally pouring foam into a glass.
That is quite funny.
Yeah, no, but it was brilliant. Being they were all jumping. It was Freed from Desire was playing or whatever it's called, and they were jumping, and the floor. Honestly,
was this the whole squad turned
this
up?
was not the whole squad, but a good chunk of them.
Yeah.
And
party animals.
Yeah, honestly, and they were jumping, and the floor. Honestly, I felt the floor was going to cave in. But nobody at work watches football, so they all hated it. But I was loving it because you're amongst the celebrations. It's brilliant. But oh my God, when they're drunk, they are a nightmare. You could have swam on the floor. It was that bad.
Really?
I filmed a video of it. Really, I shouldn't have done really, but never mind. I was filming the video of it, and in the video, I think you hear about 3 glasses smash in the space of 13 seconds. Yeah.
Talk about the celebrations. What do you make of the pitch invasion?
Yeah, it was certainly something, wasn't it? It was. Didn't they say you can't celebrate on the pitch or something?
Yeah, but the fans don't care, do they?
No.
Can't celebrate on the pitch.
But then it's also like Derby County are a championship club anyway, and they're celebrating like that, finishing second in the league.
Yeah.
I'm in two minds about it. Obviously, the fans should really enjoy it, but it's like also, you're in League One when you're traditionally a big club, so it's not a massive achievement, if you get what I mean, compared to their history, if you understand me.
No, I get it 100%. But I don't know if you saw, but they had a trophy lift for second place.
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
Is that a new thing? Because I've never seen that before.
I don't know. It was obviously it wasn't an actual trophy, I'm sure. But I had tried to check. Did they win? I'm sure Portsmouth won.
No, they came second. But why is there a trophy for second? I don't understand that. I get
I
you
found
know, it's a big achievement getting promoted, but
Yeah.
you don't win anything, do you?
No, it's,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the same in League Two as well, because Wrexham got a trophy for finishing second.
Really?
And I think because 4 teams go up in
Yeah.
League Two to League One. I'm pretty sure Mansfield, who finished third, they get a little trophy as well.
Why?
But
You
you
didn't
tell
win
me.
anything.
Clearly, someone's not happy
Yeah,
about
no,
that.
I get it. We don't, you don't get. If you qualify for the Champions League, Aston Villa aren't going to get a trophy, are they? It's an achievement, but you haven't won anything.
You never know.
Yeah, true.
Honestly, but also when I was at the game, this guy called Rockin, I think I've told you about it.
Yeah.
Rockin Johnny. He come up to me and he goes, "You've interviewed me before. You've interviewed me." I went, "Nice to see you again." And then he started. It turns out.
Had you interviewed him?
No, I hadn't. I've never met the guy before.
Oh.
I don't. And then he said, I said, "Well, do you want an interview now?" And he went, "Yeah, I'd love it." So he goes on the camera, right? And I'm like, who is this guy? And he starts saying, "I've got 2 pints named after me, the Rockin' Johnny." And I thought, what the hell is he on about? Anyway, then he whips out an MBE. So I thought,
Oh, he's just got an MB.
he had an MBE
on
and
it.
it's just in his coat pocket.
I mean,
So
how random is that?
I thought, first off, he's taken them, he's bought it from the club shop or something. And then I thought, well, what club shop sells MBEs?
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh my God, he's a legend of the club, isn't he? Or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm not prolific with Derby, so I said, oh God. So I'm there panicking, I'm thinking, oh, I'm taking the mick, really. And then he buggers off. And he comes back in a bit and he goes, "I remember you interviewed me when Jimi Hendrix died." Well, Jimi Hendrix died in the 80s or something, didn't he? So either he thinks I'm...
That is an
To be fair, I had a
incredible
beard at the time, but unless I
I'd
look
say
like...
that beard doesn't make you look
No.
30 years older. I can confirm that.
But there you go. Anyway, let's go on to another secure of promotion, and that's with Leicester. Obviously, they've won the championship, so now it's down to Leeds and Ipswich. What do we think about what Maresca's done?
Very good job. I mean, let's be honest, their start to the season was immaculate. I mean, they constantly winning. Also, there's quite a big squad revamp. Players like Harry Winks, Mavididi, Abdul Fatah who are coming in. He's embedded them in well. And then they hit a bit of bad form, but to get them straight back up, you can't really have any complaints, can you? And it looked like good celebrations with Jamie Vardy as well. Can't complain when Jamie Vardy's having a party, can you?
You can't, no.
No, he did. He did that slide at the end, didn't he? He ran. Wasn't he doing an interview and they said go and do the?
I think David Nugent sent him
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Go and do Jurgen Klinsmann.
That's what. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was quite great. What did you think about what they'd done?
Well, I think it was to be expected, really. I think with that squad, it's an incredible squad, which probably could have done quite well in the Prem this season. That squad, but if they hadn't gone up, I think.
You think they've done well in the Prem?
I think the bottom half of the Prem is a bit crap. I think that squad, if they played as well as they did at the start of the season, could have survived the Prem.
You think Yannick Vestergaard and Wout as a
I
centre
do.
partnership?
I do.
Premier League
Would
quality.
have
do.
survived the Prem.
Yeah.
At least he stands by as well.
Yeah.
That is
I'm standing- I'm
shocking.
I mean, I know
Diamond
Wout
Shield.
scored 2 own goals against Liverpool,
And that's
but
exactly why I like it. No, but I think if they didn't go up, I think it definitely would have been a massive underachievement because that squad is incredible. So I think it was expected that they would have gone up.
didn't you see something that Jamie Vardy's had a better career than Kane? Some people think.
Yeah, and it's been all over my Twitter, and I mean, I'm not sure if you guys agree, but how that's an argument.
Agree?
Yeah.
How can you agree
Yeah,
with that?
exactly. At least we all agree.
Yeah.
But blimey, I mean, yes, Jamie Vardy's won a Premier League, but I mean, come on, that's not even a comparison at the end of the day.
It's only a trophy thing because if we're talking like that, we were saying Minamino's better than Gerrard because he's won a Prem. Do you know what I mean? It's not a logic.
That's the worst comparison.
So I know Minamino.
You compared 2 different positions.
No. What I'm saying is, Minamino has won the Premier League, right?
Yeah.
Gerrard hasn't, and by the logic of Vardy's won it and Kane hasn't, Vardy's better. That would mean Minamino.
Yeah, but
would be
Vardy
better.
scored over like 200 goals.
Yeah,
for
I know,
Leicester.
but by the logic of I give up.
I tell you what, you two like Minamino though, because you brought him up in last week's podcast.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
I
It's a
did.
Minamino fan club over
We've got a
there.
Minamino section dedicated every week. We've got to fit him in.
Yeah, of course we do. Because his legendary status lives on from Liverpool.
Did you guys see Jamie Vardy's goal? It wasn't in the win over Preston. It was the weekend where it's an open goal. and he just smashes it into the
Yeah.
top corner. So unneeded, but so funny. Such a
Proper
Jamie
Vardy.
I didn't
Yeah.
actually see it.
So it came off the post. Actually, it might have been against Preston. I can't
I think
remember.
it was actually.
Yeah. It came off the post, then it just bounced to Vardy for an open goal, and instead of just tapping it in, he proper lashes it into the top right corner, and I mean nearly misses
Amazing.
almost,
Yeah.
and then just goes and celebrates.
Well,
in front
that's
of the
true
press.
Jamie Vardy fashion, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
No one quite like Jamie Vardy.
No, there isn't. He's like you said, he's having a party. Now, on you've got a story of your own, I hear, because with that Reading kit on, I don't know how you can show up in that.
What, do you not like the kit, guys?
No, it's
I
actually
think
it's all
nice.
right.
And, like,
to be fair.
these aren't random buildings, these are like landmarks in Reading, so that's not
Well, I
much in
didn't think they
Reading.
just got random skyscrapers from random cities and whacked on
No,
the
I
shit.
like that shit. I think it's really nice. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
it
guys.
is. It's quite. It's a bit like QPR, same.
Just blue and white.
Why is it comparing Reading to QPR? That's
Look,
disrespectful.
just tell us the story. Let's tell the people, who did you meet?
So I was covering Nottingham Forest under 21s, and they were playing Reading under 21s. And then it was half time actually, and I was heading back up, and then I hear someone say, "Ruben, would you like a cup of coffee?" And then I turn around in amazement. The Reading manager, Ruben Sellers, is there with his whole backroom staff. I'm not sure why they've travelled all the way up to Loughborough to watch a 0-0 Reading under 21s. Horrendous game. Then at the end of the game, I tell you what, I was nervous asking him because I'm there in a professional capacity, boys.
Yeah. Sorry.
Shirt and tie.
Yeah, you know it. But I just asked for a quick photo with him and thanked him for his work over the season. And then that night I was just so
What
pleased.
did you say? Do one with you, mate.
No, of course I did. I said thank you, it's been a difficult season. He was like, no worries, it's been good. And I was like, oh, I can't. I mean, he was in a
I
rush.
hate them. They're rubbish.
He loves this club. This shouldn't say Reading, this should say Ruben Sellers. But as soon as I took the photo, I was just sending it to everyone, making sure everyone knows that I've met him.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're sort of like the buzz around it. You've got to send it to everyone that's everything,
Everyone,
don't
you
you?
know, all the contacts.
Yeah, you've got to let them know.
But it's funny because I was thinking of not going, but I'm glad I did. And the game was 0-0. It wasn't a great game, I'll be honest, boys. But I mean, that after the game, that made my week almost. Happy.
Did you get an Uber from the train station to the?
No, luckily Billy drove me back
Oh.
home, so lifesaver there. Shout out Billy
Yeah.
Barsby.
What a bloke.
Yeah, no, I bet. But I bet that was like. Do you ever get it when you're taking a picture with, a celebrity or whoever? Whenever you're trying to smile, your face starts like. Like bloody shaking. Like
I was really nervous.
Yeah,
I mean, the
it's-
thing is, when you think about it, it's like a manager of a League One club.
and your own
It's-
club.
Yeah, but my own club. But what I'm saying, League One clubs, like meeting the manager, it's not a massive thing, is it?
No.
But for me, meeting my club's manager, it was like massive.
Yeah.
innit?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was taking the photo, and I was like, Billy, take the photo, get ready,
Take it.
get ready. But it's like, I didn't want to be rude as well because he was speaking to people, so I was waiting for like 10 minutes just when he was.
Yeah,
by
it's getting the
himself,
right
and I was like,
time.
Ruben, please can I have a picture? Yeah, no worries. Oh, thank
What
goodness.
is Ruben? Can I have a picture, please?
I love you.
Yeah.
I did not say I love you.
I'm gonna go to the games.
I've been a supporter since 1992.
Well, according to Rockin' Johnny, hadn't we? Honestly. Well, as much we'd love to ravel on about your own club, we want to talk about our club for a minute. You're more than welcome to talk about it as well.
that's good. The important bits are covered, boys.
You can go now. I'm only joking, mate. Salah is now expected to stay at Liverpool despite that little
Yes.
argument with Klopp. Apparently, a lip reader has translated what Salah said because Jurgen apparently wasn't happy that Salah had taken so long to get ready.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not look good. We're already. I don't know if we were 2-1 up or if it was 2-2 at the time.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't be having spats on the side of the pitch. Jurgen's only got a few games left. It's not a good look. You know.
I've always found Salah really bad with stuff like that. I remember when he gets substituted off or he doesn't start games, it looks always in a huffing
Do
and puffing.
you not think that's slightly fair enough considering what he's done for Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, he has. No player's got a right to start. But if anyone was to have a right, Salah probably does right. He's the best player at the club. He's a legend at the club. And he would expect to start every game, and I'm pretty sure he's quite a driven player. You know, he's motivated. He'll want to play.
Oh, he does care. It's not that he doesn't care.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
But like at the minute, he doesn't deserve to start at all, does he?
No, he's playing awfully, and I genuinely can't remember the last time he scored from open play. His last 2 goals have been penalties. He's just not the player he was. And yeah,
I think that's unfair to say he's not the player he was.
well,
He's just going through a bad spell.
the player he was at the start of the season. He's not the player
Right
on
now.
form now.
Yeah.
Which we need that best version of Salah when we're pushing for a title. Now, let's be honest, it's gone. The title's gone. The season is over. We just need to give Klopp or the players need to give Klopp their all the last few games and give him a good send off.
Do you reckon the pressure got to the players, or because I said to someone at work, the pressure got to them, and they went, "Don't be silly, you know, they are playing when they find Jurgen's leaving, they are fine with it. So how the hell are they playing bad now?"
I think they're just burnt out, to be honest. You know, we were in full competition for quite a while. We won Carabao Cup, so you know, Jurgen's gone with a trophy. I know it's not the greatest of trophies, but it's a trophy at the end of the day. And I think some of the players are burnt out. Salah's been playing like 40 plus games for X amount of years. So yeah, they must be just knackered. I don't know what you boys think.
I just saw that Liverpool lineup against West Ham, and I just thought, does Klopp care about the league title anymore? If I'm being completely honest, yeah, Salah and Nunes, they haven't been great recently, but I mean, starting Harvey Elliott started on the right wing, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then you had Cody Gakpo up top, and they've not had great seasons. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I just saw that lineup and I was like, Klopp, come on, man, you've got to start your best players no matter what.
I always watch games, and every game there's always a chance where you go, "Oh my God, if you'd have just put that in the net, we'd have won that game."
Yeah.
And do you know who springs to mind? Luis Diaz. He's a brilliant player, brilliant on the ball, but he can't get it in the back of the net to save his life at the minute. And it's really, you know, like against Man City when he could have just dipped it over Ortega. You know, it just frustrates me because we're not taking them.
He hit the post against Everton, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he hit the post against West Ham as well.
Yeah.
But Gravenberch as well should have scored at least one.
Oh,
against
I'm
West
not
Ham.
convinced by Gravenberch's season. I
Yeah.
think he could come into it
He's
next
still
season.
young, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
about 21, I think.
yeah.
22. But Liverpool just haven't been clinical enough this season. You think the amount of times... Do you remember when we were against Arsenal and Declan Rice had about 7 players running at him, we still didn't score?
Yeah.
Just the amount of times that's happened, you know...
We just haven't taken our chance. You know, the greatest example of that was against, I think, was it? I can't remember who it was. We had so many chances recently.
Could have been a lot of teams, to be honest. Could have been a lot.
It was when
Crystal
Carragher said Palace.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have scored then.
I know. Liverpool just haven't been clinical enough this season, and it has cost them. And there will be questions asked in the summer: who stays, who goes, and that will come down to Arne Slot, what he decides. But I think there's big changes coming for Liverpool in the summer.
Well, let's talk about another legend then, and that is Thiago Silva. Decided that he's going to leave Chelsea at the end of the season. What do we think that he's done with Chelsea? Does he go down as a legend for Chelsea?
In my opinion, you can't put him... I wouldn't say he's a Chelsea legend because he's only been there, is it 3 or 4 years, I think?
Yeah.
Yes, he's won a Champions League, which is great, but you can't call him a legend and compare him to like John Terry or players like that. But he's done very well, but I think it is about time that he left because I think the Premier League's pace and power is catching up with him, to be honest, at 39 years of age. And I think it's good for him to go back to Brazil and end his career there in a slower league, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed. I think he's past it now. I think he's probably one of the best centre-backs that we've seen. But yeah, his time's up, and he has won a Champions League, but he's not a legend for me.
No, he's not a legend for me either. But that doesn't mean that he's not had a fantastic career with Chelsea as well. I think he was key even at the age he is now. If you he could comfortably start in that starting 11, you know you're going to get a job. I don't think he would threaten anything, but he certainly could do better than some of the players in the league.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's still got the experience.
He could start for Burnley and be man of the match, I reckon.
Excuse me, Burnley have Darren O'Shea.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry
about that.
Oh, how many Ballon d'Ors did he won?
Will win.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's about time Thiago Silva left, really, because I think it was summed up at Wembley in the semi-final against City, where he's distraught about This is his final game at Wembley for Chelsea. He's not going to win another trophy with Chelsea. And then you see all the younger players behind him in the background having a laugh and a joke after losing the semi-final. And there's also clips of him at 39 years of age being the first one to like run back and make goal line clearances when his defensive partners are just like languishing. It's like, so he's clearly got commitment to the club, but I think the players around him don't, and I think that's a reason when it's like, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go. Sorry.
It's time.
Right, Claude, go.
Now let's talk about United scum. They're willing.
Straight in. Go on.
Sorry.
I do agree with that statement though.
Yeah,
Even
thank you.
though I don't support Liverpool or anything, but I agree.
Thank you, Murray. I appreciate that. Let's talk about how they're willing to sell Marcus Rashford.
Well, first of all, where's Rashford going to go? I mean, where do you guys think Rashford's
I think
going to go?
I think
Not
it's
another
only
Prem club.
it's only if he wants to go, isn't it? They don't want him to go. If he wants to go, I think they'll let him.
But where do you think he would go?
Paris Saint-Germain?
Yeah, I can see him at PSG.
That's the only club though that I can
Yeah.
see him moving for.
Yeah. I mean, really, there's nowhere else. I mean, I don't know. Can you see him at Bayern?
No.
Not with Sane, Gnabry.
Coman,
Yeah,
Musiala.
exactly.
Barcelona? I can see him there.
Actually, I can see him at Barcelona, yeah.
But can they afford it? Because United apparently want 100 million.
100 million for Rashford?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, that's a fair price. English player.
That's a fair price for
Yeah.
Rashford. Do you think
English-
that's a fair
No.
price?
English player.
I understand he's an English player, and he's Man United's marquee player, but not for 100 million. If you'd asked me, maybe at the end of last season when he had quite
Yeah.
a decent
Yeah.
season, but now he's just half the player he was.
Yeah,
last
I'd
season.
say 65, 70 million.
Yeah.
Nowhere
Really?
near 100 for me. No way.
You see, Eberechi Eze is getting priced at 60 million.
That's probably about right, I think.
So you're saying it should be the same price as Eberechi Eze?
I guess I am. I guess you figured me out.
What?
Forward his plan.
yeah, for God's sake. I think that's a fair price for him. If you're going to sell Declan Rice for 105 million, I don't think Rashford's far off it. He's a young lad as well.
He's not that young. He's not consistent at all, though, Rashford.
Yeah, but when he's in form, he can be on his game. He'll be brilliant.
Yeah, but that's 2 months every 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And then look, that last season, 18 goals and
Yeah,
so many
no,
assists.
he
So how many of those
excellent
goals
season.
were in the second half of that season?
Yeah, it was
It
that
was just
spell
that
after
yeah.
the World Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think with a player, you can't have him be good one season, crap the next, one season, crap the next.
Yeah.
Like, you need that 15 goals a season after season after season.
Well, I mean, even Anthony was 80 million.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous. That's just...
See, at the time, like football's a funny thing. At the time, that didn't look. It looked expensive, but it didn't
Yeah.
look awful because he played quite well for Ajax. Now we're looking at it. One Premier League goal and one Premier League assist this season. Oh, I mean, what a joke.
He's only got one Premier League goal.
Yeah, and it was last week against Burnley.
I thought he scored against. Oh no, that was in the cup.
Yeah.
Who did he score against the Cup? He scored... Was it Newport County?
And
Yes,
those.
that was his
Twice.
first goal
Yeah.
of the season.
And does he scored against
And
in
who?
the cup, didn't he?
Yeah, against
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We won't bring that up too much longer, boys.
One thing I have wanted to bring up for a while is, and nobody's talking about this. For me, Jack Grealish is a flop.
Oh,
Ooh.
But what for 100 million? What has he done at
Um,
Manchester City? Really,
for
if you're
100
looking at
million,
a £100 million
I
price
understand.
tag,
With 100 million, you should be getting, X amount of goals and assists. I think he's been a good player for City, especially in the treble winning season. I thought he was quite good. This season, not so much. I know he's been riddled with injury. So I do understand the take. For 100 million, you want, goals and assists, and you want a nailed-on starter. But I don't think he's been awful for City. But 100
Really?
million, yeah, he does come with a price. What do you think, Murray?
he's not been worth £100 million. I think that's fair to say. And as Henry said, during the treble, he was actually a very good squad player, to be fair to him. But this season, he just seems to lack confidence. I've seen a compilation. He receives the ball on the left wing, drives up, doesn't actually take the player on, but goes up the pitch, and then just turns around and passes it. And that's basically his game at the moment. It's like, who would you prefer starting for City at the moment, Grealish or Doku?
Doku.
Doku.
Yeah, for me that says it all. Says it all about Grealish.
For me, I don't think, by the way, don't get mistaken, I don't think Grealish is a bad player. I don't think
no.
he's done bad at City. But for £100 million, I'm expecting you start every week. I'm expecting you getting 10 plus goals in a season, 10 plus assists in a season. for me, he hasn't done that at Manchester City, so I'd have to say that he's been a flop for his price tag.
Yeah, I also think he's playing in the wrong position because at Villa he played a lot in attacking midfield. Obviously at City you got Bernardo Silva, Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, so many top quality players. Out in the left wing, I think he's a bit isolated sometimes. He wants to be involved in the play as much as he can. And I feel like Guardiola's system, it just leaves him on the left. He doesn't get involved in play as much. So I think it is as well a positional problem because he's a very individual player. But in Guardiola's system, it's a very much although it's very good individual players, it's very much a team system. And I think Grealish needs to be the main man like it was at Villa to prosper as much as he could really.
Yeah, because the team was centred around him, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It was built for Grealish, and obviously at City the team's built for the team or for De Bruyne.
Obviously he's not going to play the same role as what he did at Villa, but I certainly think he's still a lot of diving around on the pitch and
he gets fouled a lot, doesn't he? To be fair to him, but we've mentioned Villa, right? Could Jack Grealish return to Villa? Villa could make the Champions League. Is that a potential? Could we see him back there?
Yeah, I can.
Would he be a good fit?
A good fit now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But I can't see it happening now.
No.
I can only see it happening towards the twilight of his career as like a return to his boyhood club.
I don't see him. I like Murray, so I don't see him going back, but I could see it working.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good fit, especially with Emery's system, where he's got 4-2-2 and he's got these like John McGinn's playing out wide, sort of coming in a bit. So I can see it working, but I think, like you said, it'll be later years.
Villa's like there's so much positional freedom for the front players. It's like Grealish would probably love that.
Yeah. No, I certainly not against that move, but yeah, it wouldn't happen. I don't think.
No.
Does he get called up for England?
Are you saying? Do you think he?
Not to start, just get called up.
I think he will get called up, but do I think he should? Actually, yeah, I think he's a good player off the bench, good impact player, and he plays a bit differently for England as well because England like to play quite fast, counter-attacking football at points. I think he would prosper in that. So yeah, he gets called up for me.
Yeah, I mean, I know I've just said that, but I would call him up.
Yeah,
agreed. Yeah, I think we don't have a lot of depth in the left wing. I know people say we put Foden there, but I don't think Foden's a left winger. Anthony Gordon, is he loads better than Jack Grealish this season? Yes, but I don't think there's a lot of depth there, and I think
we're not calling up Sterling.
No way, Jose.
bit past it for me.
Here's a question though: the two players we've talked about, who would you pick for England, Rashford or Grealish, right now?
Grealish,
I think.
Grealish, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, could Rashford get called up? Do you think he'll go?
No, not for me.
Not this season.
Neither, no.
But I think he'll still get called up. You know what Southgate's like.
I know. Yeah.
No, I don't see it.
Henderson.
Let's talk about another player then. Will Jamie Vardy get called up? Because he's... Sorry, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Thank God for that.
But when he goes up to Premier League, do you reckon he still has it in him to have a good season next season?
As a squad player, yes. I don't think he'll start a lot of games for Leicester because Leicester this season have rotated their front three between Daka, Iheanacho and Vardy so much.
Yeah.
But Vardy, I think, he's still very fast.
Iheanacho an FPL dream, by the way. Remember him getting a lot of hat-tricks and...
You love your FPL, don't you, mate?
Yeah. Well, still got me at the FPL desk inside, you know.
Well, I don't. But he'll be a good squad player for Leicester, I think, to be fair. And he knows the Premier League, doesn't he? So he'll be big in the changing room for the younger players and the players that haven't experienced the Premier League.
Yeah, so, definitely. He can still have an impact. He could come on and maybe not score, but you wouldn't get it rubbish. I think he'd do well. I think he'll, like you said, I think he'll probably edge for Ed Daka or Iheanacho. But do you like Daka as a striker?
I'll be honest, I think Daka and Iheanacho are they're crap, I think. Even in the Championship, I don't think they're that good, to be honest. Complete waste of money. Iheanacho, at least he signed there quite a while ago, and he's had his fair share of like goals over the years. Yeah. But Daka is nowhere near Premier League quality, in my opinion.
Wow, you don't think he is?
I don't rate him at all.
I completely agree. He misses a lot of chances. I think I'm not going to say I watch every single Leicester game, but every time I have watched, Daka's missed a few.
Yeah.
Like he isn't clinical enough.
Well, fair enough. Well, I think that brings us to the end of the episode. We've talked about all things Derby County, we talked about all things Leicester, we talked about Salah, Liverpool, and even Murray meeting Sellers. Oh my God's sake. But that's all from us this week. Join us next week where we'll be talking more football, sporting news and major events. But thank you for listening, and we will see you next week.